Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to cover 5 popular leadership styles and talk about the best combination of styles that will help you succeed. That's right, it isn't just one style, but a combination that helps you be more successful when leading people. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. All right, so let's get started. First, let's talk about the different leadership styles. Then we'll talk about the different combinations that tend to be quite effective. Number 1, the visionary leader or the transformational leader. I'll be honest here, this is one type of leadership style that most people come to me to get coaching, and that makes sense. Being a transformational leader is a huge responsibility, and if you've been tapped for that role, it can be overwhelming, and you don't want to get it wrong. Here's how you'll know if you've been positioned for a transformational leadership position. If you've been asked to lead something really new that's never been done before, or it's a new department or a new strategy, or you've been assigned to a leadership team of other high-achieving colleagues to work with a visionary executive, then you've been tapped to be a transformational leader. Number 2, the democratic leader. Essentially, this is someone who pretty much takes feedback and input from other team members when making decisions. This can sometimes look like the flat hierarchy management style. Working with Spotify, I've noticed that their culture really leans in this direction. They have a very clear directive that managers, directors, and leaders cannot just make unilateral decisions. They must take feedback from the team members into perspective when making a decision on strategic direction for projects and initiatives. Number 3, the coaching leader or the servant leader. A coaching leader is really someone who guides or gives direction by guidance. This person knows how to get the best out of their team members, and they have a talent for building high-performance teams. Similarly, a servant leader is focused more on building great teams and empowering their team members. These leaders are available and supportive to their team members as much as possible to ensure their success. Number 4, the laissez-faire leader. This type of leader works, for example, with a leader that has inherited a really well-formulated team that knows what they're doing. A laissez-faire leader can take a hands-off approach because they have a team of extremely experienced professionals who really know their job. Think of a team of engineers or scientists who don't need a lot of direction to do their job. They're more likely to need direction when it comes to department issues or a pivot with new strategic directives. Number 5, the autocratic leader. This type of leader is easy to spot because they'll come across as controlling and micromanaging right away if they're doing it wrong. In reality, an autocratic leader is really about making quick decisions, typically without input from others. A good autocratic leader can serve as an example of effective decision-making, especially during fast-paced, stressful times, as well as the final word on major decisions. This person is an authority in their field, and they usually know that they're the most experienced person with an important job, and that's why they have that job. All right, so those are the 5 pretty common leadership styles. And you may be thinking to yourself that you've seen these styles in the workplace or you've been asked to fill these roles at one time or another. Now, the reality is that all of these styles are really only effective in specific situations. That means that many times in our careers, we'll be called upon to be any one of these types of leaders. So it's important to understand how and when to turn them on and off. In addition, all of these styles can be more effective and even sustainable for the long term if they're used as combinations. So let's take a look at some common combinations that will set you up for success. The democratic leader and the servant leader or coach leader. This combination works because in the democratic leader, you have a leadership style that encourages others to speak up and contribute. Then you work as a servant leader or coach leader to ensure team members are supported, guided, and encouraged throughout their experience on that team. The people on a team like this are heavily set up for success. The transformational leader and the autocratic leader. When a person is put in charge of a major transformational program, there is little doubt that that person has some level of expertise that justifies them taking that role. Effectively using an autocratic leadership style to ensure effective decision-making, adherence to the established systems, and establishment of specific frameworks will absolutely guarantee success for the leader and team, especially if everyone's on the same page. This usually has the best success when everyone's at an expert level in their industry. The visionary leader and the laissez-faire leader. With a visionary leader, again, that person's going to be in charge of a group of people who know how to do their job, and they can do it well. This person will likely be in charge of some innovative and new idea that they had a hand in developing. And then they have a well-formed team that really knows how to execute on that innovation. In that case, using a laissez-faire approach, hands-off or minimal guidance, will be helpful. The visionary leader will not need to worry about the heavy lifting of managing the team. It's a well-oiled machine. Now, if you're wondering if any combinations don't work, well, I would say the laissez-faire leader and the autocratic leader just doesn't make sense. Equally, a visionary or transformational leader doesn't necessarily have time or bandwidth to also be a coaching leader or a servant leader. So, which combination is going to work for you? Well, that's the question, isn't it? In going through these different styles, first, ask yourself where you identify most. Which style rings true for you? That's your primary leadership style, the one you gravitate to every time you're put in charge of anything, a project, a team, a deliverable. Which one works best for you? Then, ask yourself where you see yourself also using any one of the other styles every once in a while. Which one can you turn on and off depending on the situation? That's your secondary leadership style. Take the time to consider if the styles complement each other. If they do, then you have an effective combination that you can start to refine as you build your professional experience. If they're opposing, then ask yourself where you're overcompensating by misusing one of these styles. Are you really a democratic leader, or are you a little wishy-washy with decision making? Are you really an autocratic leader, or do you just crave being seen as the most important person in the room? Are you really a servant leader, but you also have high turnover on your team? Look for the missing links. And if you really want to be that kind of leader, go ahead and start working on it. Like I said at the beginning, many people who've been promoted or even hired into new jobs realize that they've been put in transformational leadership situations. They need to learn how to be an effective executive team member in this dynamic, and they need to learn how to lead through transformation effectively. It's hard. Elevating your leadership style takes work, and refining your leadership style as you continue to grow and evolve, well, that's only going to help you be more successful. Keep working on it. All right, so that's it for my video on understanding how to use the best leadership style for career success. If you've used any one of these leadership styles or combination of styles with success, feel free to share your experiences below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.